Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hello and welcome back. We are continuing our journey through episode 8, season 2 of Rabbits, the Mysterious Traveler. So let us jump into this without any further ado.
In those stories, the Traveler is mentioned connected to the desert outside of Las Vegas. There's a cave shaped like the capital letter M, and there's an underground lair of some kind.
There's always an underground lair of some kind.
Now, we're hearing yet another story about a mysterious man playing a game in a desert cave somewhere in America. Could these things be connected?
Or could they be two iterations of the same tale?
Is there any possible way that they weren't? My meeting with Kennedy North was still a few hours away when I received a call from an unknown number. I patched my phone into our recording equipment.
Now, for me, growing up in the analog world, that would require, a whole lot of soldering and welding and, popping things apart. But I guess in this digital world, you could do it all wirelessly. That's not a fun word to say too much.
And answered.
Hello?
Hello. I'm looking for Riley Bennett.
This is me.
Hi. My name's Colin Eastman. I got your information from Kennedy North. She said that you're looking to find out more about a documentary series I'm working on about the Martin Lake Cabin murders.
Uh-oh. This is getting kind of suspicious.
Oh, yeah, thanks for getting in touch.
Yeah. I wasn't going to call. But then Kennedy said that you were making a podcast with the Public Radio Alliance people, and I figured I should get in touch. That way, if anything happens to me,
You have another mystery. It's all good.
There's some kind of record.
Wow, okay. It's a bit... Are you... I mean, if you believe you're in immediate danger, you should probably call the police.
How do you know that's not the cause of the danger?
Yeah, I emailed them.
You emailed them?
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be a 1990s thing to do, because I remember the 90s email to me was like, you couldn't get any better than email. And now we got chat and all kinds of crazy stuff, so
I explained what happened to all the other people working on the project, and they haven't gotten back to me yet, but there's an electronic paper trail now, just in case.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
Okay. So how are you involved in the documentary?
I'm an associate producer, and I'd like to maybe speak about this stuff in person if you don't mind. It's
doesn't like stuff going over phone lines, and I can completely understand that. Either that or he's like me. I don't like prolonged talking on the phone. Call me, tell me what you need to tell me. I'll tell you what I need to tell you. We get off the phone. We don't chit chat.
I'm just not comfortable sharing what happened on the phone.
I understand that. There are things that it's real easy for me to talk to face to face, but not on the phone or the cell or the mobile, depending on where you're at and what you call it.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Great. Could you be at the restaurant in half an hour?
I can, yeah.
Great.
Sure. Dinner, dinner and a stranger.
I'll be the guy in the mariner's cap and the gray hoodie.
Okay. I'll be wearing a cream-colored wool cap, black sweater, and jeans.
Standard issue Seattle, Washington grunge.
Great. I'll see you soon.
And the thing about that look, growing up, me and my friend Gary, I call him Gary because, well, that's his name. We dressed like that not because it was fashion, because that's what we could afford, and for some reason our little high school brains in the late 80s decided, this meager stuff that we could buy, Goodwill, secondhand or whatever, the fact that we bought it for ourselves made it better than the brand new stuff at the store. It is what it is. And I say that a lot.
I packed up my recording equipment and drove to the location Colin had chosen. It was downtown, next to the market.
Pike Street Market. If you're ever in Seattle and you don't visit Pike Street Market, you need to have your head examined, because Pike Street Market is one of those places that if it can be sold, they sell it. Legality has nothing to do with it.
I ordered a coffee, then an herbal tea, and then I started to worry. Nobody matching Colin's description was in there. I was on my way up to order another cup of tea when somebody tapped me on the shoulder.
Yeah, that's a good way, especially like in this area where we got a lot of retired prison guards. That's a good way. Tapping somebody on the shoulder like that is a good way to get your body severely bruised, because it's just inborn reaction to when somebody comes up behind you and touches you on the shoulder to come around swinging. It's just something that's just way too dangerous, and you've got to be mindful of where you're at.
Waiting for someone?
Jesus, you scared the shit out of me.
Sorry.
What are you doing here?
Would you believe I was just passing by?
No.
How about I'm helping a friend?
Who?
You?
Always helping a friend.
How's that work?
We should leave.
Why?
Because
they're not too far behind.
Who?
The bad guys.
The wardens?
Could be.
Maybe. We really don't want to stick around to find out.
I mean, I kind of do.
No.
That would be my reaction. I would have that reaction like, what can they do? We're in a public place. It's just, I don't know. I sympathize with O'Reilly on that one.
You really don't.
Convince me.
At this point, Violet pulled out her phone and handed it to me. On the phone was a video. It showed a young man wearing a gray hoodie and a Seattle Mariners hat getting yanked into a black van.
Yeah, that's not good.
What the hell? What happened?
Follow me and try not to look suspicious.
We all try not to look suspicious, but the more you try not to, the more you do.
I'm not going anywhere until you tell me what happened. Violet.
Violet took off. She clearly wasn't waiting. I
really can't blame her.
Followed her through the coffee shop, out a side door, and down into a basement area. She led me through the shops beneath the market like she'd done it 1,000,000 times before.
Yeah, people that are on the run or in hiding tend to get really good at it. Or they get caught real quick. One of the two.
She knew her way around. About 20 minutes later, we were back at my place. I asked Violet to explain what the hell was happening.
That Colin guy was working on a docu-series about those murders.
I know, that's why I was meeting him.
And that's why he got nabbed.
He called me, said he wanted to tell me something.
I have a pretty good idea what he was going to tell you.
What?
I believe it's the thing that got him nabbed.
Ah, that's never a good thing.
What was it?
He was probably going to tell you that somebody had offered his group an exorbitant amount of money to shelve the documentary series indefinitely. When they refused, they were approached by a major distribution company. At that point, everybody involved in the project got really excited, but when they asked the distributor to adjust the clause that gave them the right to shelve the project on technical grounds, and the distributor refused, alarms went off.
Yeah, I imagine it did.
Somebody was trying to buy the material to get it shelved?
Looks like it.
Who?
It
There's no telling.
wasn't clear at first, but if you dig deep enough, you can usually make things a wee bit clearer.
As Robert A. Heinlein said, human beings aren't rational creatures. They're rationalization. They are rationaling creatures.
So who was it?
A shell corporation connected to the parent company called Gatewick Enterprises.
Uh-oh. Gatewick showed up in season 1.
Gatewick? Like the Gatewick Institute from season 1 of Rabbits.
Sure sounds like it.
And that was Colin Eastman getting kidnapped, dragged into that black van on the video you showed me?
Yeah, I was following him.
Colin Eastman. I like that name because it sounds a whole lot like Kodak Eastman, which Kodak is a Japanese photography company, and Eastman was the American investing arm. And one of the daughters of the founders of Kodak Eastman was a lady by the name of Linda Eastman. And she married a guitarist from a band. His name was Paul McCartney. So, just a little bit of music trivia.
You seem to follow a lot of people.
Yeah, and those people have a very strange way of ending up leading me to you. So.
Yeah, when you have that reoccurrence, you may want to investigate it.
Coincidence?
No coincidences. Not when it comes to the game.
Yes. But I've said this 100 times, and I'll say it 100 times more. Coincidences happen. Don't ever trust them.
Who were those people in the van? Wardens?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Or maybe people from the Gatewick Institute. Or the one in the same.
Do we need to call the police about Colin?
Already did it. Sent them the video, too.
So what are we gonna do now?
Well, as soon as we eat something, I want you to show me how to use those path cards.
That could be interesting. Could be a lot of fun, too.
We ordered some food, and as soon as we finished eating, I sat down with Violet and explained how path cards work. It didn't take her long to catch on.
That's actually a relatively simple concept. The hard part is getting people to realize how simple it is. They want to overthink it. They want to put tarot card level stuff to something that isn't that level.
Once I'd gone over the process a few times, she shuffled the cards, chose her first card from the middle of the deck, stared at the card until she chose her first inspiration or clue, and we set out to follow her path.
Which is interesting. It should that should fruit some interesting stuff.
The first card she chose, the card known as the Guide, was something called the Twins. Her next card was the Tree of Life, followed by the Void.
So, yeah, we know what the 3 cards are, but where did they lead you?
The 12th card she'd chosen was something called the Worm. I was immediately reminded of the name of the man in that radio show story. But there didn't appear to be any connection, just one hell of a coincidence.
There we go with the coincidences again.
A graphic of a book and a number Violet used to find a page in that book led us to our final destination, a warehouse on the edge of town.
Yeah, that's... And the thing is, in Seattle, that could be just anywhere, anything. Kind of like Port of Houston. Old warehouses there, and in Galveston Bay and Port Neches. There could be anything in any of those warehouses.
Violet typed in an access code, and we entered what appeared to be some kind of heavy mining equipment garage.
Now, my question is, how did she know the code if these path cards were totally random?
She led me toward a light near the back of the room. The light was shining through the windows of some kind of office. We made it to the office at the back of the building, where Violet knocked on the door 3 times. Violet pushed the door open, and the 2 of us entered the room.
And yeah, that's... I still want to know where she had the code for the lock.
That had better be you, Violet.
It's me. I brought a friend. Hello?
You must be Riley.
Yeah,
My name is Carly Parker.
Ba-ba-ba-boom. The reveal.
It's nice to meet you.
You see, that sounds more like a manipulation of the path cards than the actual path cards.
It's rabbits. I'm Riley Bennett. We'll be back again soon. Until then, stay safe.
Okay, that was an enjoyable episode. Looking forward to jumping into 9. Next video. We've got 9 and 10, then we're into the novel, the first novel. So this is Carly Parker. I completely forgot. It's been so long since I've listened to this. I forgot that she showed back up. So I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone is being a good human. Hope you're being good to other humans. Peace.